Okay, go ahead, Judith.
Okay, here we go, guys. You hear me?
Yes, you're clear.
Okay. No one may speak until granted the floor. CB11 members, if you have a question about board business or wish to make a motion, please raise your hand through Zoom. If you click the participants icon, the participants panel should appear and you should find the raise hand function there. If you still have technical difficulty, you may click the chat icon and relay your difficulty to the staff. The chat function should not be used for CB11 business, or I don't know why this thing is up there all the time. I'm sorry. I have to get back. Okay, sorry. There seems to be like a little person that, I don't know who it is that, oh, leave, let's see. Okay. The chat function should not be used to CB11 business or questions about agenda topics. All such remarks should be made on the record by raising your hand through Zoom. Chat should only be used to alert us to any technical difficulties you are having, or to state in writing information like an email address that was already stated aloud on the record during the meeting. Please keep your questions and comments succinct and germane to the discussion. Members of the public, if you have a question or comment about the subjects on the agenda, please raise your hand through Zoom and wait to be recognized.
Okay, Judith, you can now go ahead and read the agenda that I gave you. Everything will be the same.
Okay, do we have a quorum?
Yes.
All right. So the call to order and the roll call, Carlos Diaz.
Present.
Call it to order, Judith.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead and
Call the
call it
meeting
to
to
order. What time?
Oh, I'm sorry. What is it, 6:10? Call to order 6:10. Roll call. Carlos Diaz.
Present.
Angela Donadell.
Present.
Oh, yay. Adoption of the agenda.
You still have to
So-
call out every member of this,
Everybody,
right? So the first person should have been Adem, right? Carlos, Angela, then you.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah. You know, I'm not even thinking about that because he hasn't been here. Okay, so should I start the roll call again?
Yes, please.
Okay, Adem Briha. Carlos Diaz.
present.
Angela Donadell.
Present.
Thank you. Judith Fabrero, present. Okay, adoption of the agenda.
So move, Madam Chair.
You don't have to call for a motion. I'm sorry to keep it.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Yeah, so just if there is any objections, then you call for a motion. If not, then you can move on.
Okay, and adoption of the May committee meetings. I think Marlene sent them out.
Yes.
Do we have?
And if there are no objections, you can move on.
Okay, perfect.
You ready to move on?
Okay, yes.
Okay.
So we are going to start with, should I do the announcement, the informational updates on the open culture event?
Yeah, that's separate. So call for an announcements. If there aren't any, then we can move on. But
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
call for announcements first, because the
Yes.
updates are after it.
Are there any announcements from any of the committee members?
None.
Carlos, Angela?
No, I don't.
No,
Okay, all right. So we're gonna go to the informational update, which is the open culture event, which that comes from the mayor's office. We're just told about it, but we really don't have input. So the first one is Groove With Me. Inc. It's a recital block party, and it's on June 19th from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. It's located at East 123rd Street between 3rd Avenue and Lexington Avenue. It's a full street closure. And the sponsor is Groove With Me. The second open culture is Movement Speaks Dance Classes. That's also on June 19th. Set up 11 a.m. Breakdown at June 26th. So what is this? Is this a multicultural open culture? I mean, a multi-street? Because it says June 19th and breakdown June 26th.
it must
Right, I
be a
believe it's-
multi-day.
Yeah,
Right.
multi-day, that's what I meant. All right, well, that's gonna be on East 103rd Street between Lex and Park. It's a full street closure, and the sponsor is Dances for a Variable Population. The other open culture is Movement Speaks Dance Classes, but that date is July 10th through July 31st. Another definitely more than one day, and that'll be from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. also at East 103rd Street between Lex and Park. And the sponsor is Dances for a Variable Population. Now,
Oh,
this
sorry.
one, the sponsor says Dances for a Variable Population liquor licenses.
That's a typo. You can,
Oh, that's a typo, because
Mhm.
that kind of concerned me a little. I mean,
no,
okay,
it's a typo.
okay, all right. So that's that for the open culture, which we really don't have any input to, so that's that. We're gonna go to the liquor licenses now. I don't have the agenda. Is the first one, the Gracious Time Catering GT?
I printed the agenda for you. You don't have it?
I'd have to go out to another page, yeah. Well, one second.
Yeah, if you can get the agenda that I printed for you, the layout is exactly the same. So you can just, read it. If you need assistance, then let us know.
Okay, so is the first one the Gracious Time Catering?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, so they are a renewal, and they've done this before. They're at 2191 3rd Avenue. And they have all their documents. There are no 311s. They have their stipulation document. Trying to see if there's, yeah. I don't think there's anything else with this that we have to worry about. They have their notification. So, and they're basically their hours are dependent upon taste listings, bookings. So I guess right now it's, if they have enough bookings, then their hours might change. But so far, that's all it is. Approximately, dependent on bookings, their approximation time would be like 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., but they will be no later than midnight. So that's on the GT Events Gracious Time Catering. And I don't see anything here that that really is anything that I would think is, let me see, I'm reading the stipulation. Everything seems to be fine on that, and there were no 311s on that. The next one is Barcha Pizza Incorporated.
Judith, yeah, Angela has her hand up and you have to call.
Yes, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Go ahead.
Okay, this is just a point of information since I'm relatively new to this. This is a catering hall that people go to when they get something catered, or they're a catering hall that delivers food? Because I was trying to understand why they need a liquor license if they're caterers.
Well, they do have an indoor.
Is the applicant there? I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Carlos, I'm sorry.
Is the applicant available? They could explain to us what's,
They've been doing this for a while. This is not new. They
well, I
do-
understand, but I don't understand when they talk about the changing of hours because of the,
well,
it's a whole,
like
I
I
don't
said-
remember holding it to midnight. That's what I'm,
No, it's, their issue is dependent on bookings. Because you're right, they are a catering facility, private events only. So according to bookings, I mean, if they don't have enough bookings, then obviously they're not going to do it. If they have, I don't know what they consider an amount of bookings where they would be open no later than midnight. Right now, it states dependent upon bookings, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. I mean, but they have been doing this for a while. So, but they are definitely a catering and they do private events. As far as the liquor, as you requested, Angela,
Yes,
I don't think they can serve liquor outside at this point. So when they do their catering, it's probably an indoor thing. I mean, maybe we should check on that, Marlene.
I believe it's an indoor thing, but
That's what I thought when
Point.
I went, yeah.
no,
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
trying to stop anybody from getting a renewal. If you guys have been approving this, then that's
Yeah.
fine. I just
Yeah.
didn't understand catering needing a liquor license.
Well, I guess if they're catering, they have drinks or whatever, with their,
Well, no, it makes sense if they do indoor, if they
Right.
have a facility that allows them to have indoor parties,
yeah,
then I can see them having a need for a liquor license.
yeah, they do
otherwise-
indoor. Their
Okay.
catering is indoor, yeah.
So I
All
just
right,
didn't conceptualize catering as, I think of catering, I
I was
order the
going
food delivered.
outside, right? Yeah, I was going outside, catering outside. Yeah, but they do it indoors. All right, the next one,
Judith, you have to vote on this.
oh, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting that. Okay, so these two. We're up to. Okay, so do we have an approval for the gracious time? Carlos?
I have a concern and because I remember this briefly, but I don't remember if they don't do the booking or they don't have sufficient booking, that they're gonna stay all the way to midnight. This is the first time I ever heard something like that. I've always known that they've stood there till about 9 o'clock. So I'm a little confused when they talk about if they don't have any bookings, they're gonna stay till midnight. So
No, they said if they had
Right.
multiple
No, no.
bookings, then they would stay open later.
Exactly, that's exactly right.
So maybe they do 2 parties in a day versus
Right.
1.
Right, that's exactly right, Angela. It says depend upon bookings. Approximately, they will only be from 6 to 9 p.m. If they have a booking that goes a little later, it would be no later than midnight. Is that a little clearer, Carlos?
yeah, that's fine. I understand now.
Okay, so Carlos, approve,
I make a motion to approve.
okay, Angela? Angela,
I'll second that motion.
thank you. Judith Cabrero approves. Adem Briha, he's not here.
Well, you don't have to
Okay.
call him. He's not here.
Yeah, I did, Adem Briha.
Well, you don't have to call him for the vote. He's not here. We already said that in the beginning.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, now, the next one is Barcha Pizza Inc. They're at 2241 First Avenue. Are they here, Marlene? Because I had asked Marlene to have them be here because even though they're a renewal, there are things that I've seen on the application that it's a little leery to me. Do any of you see this application, Carlos? Angela, do you see it?
Yeah, I
Barcha.
see. Is the applicant in there, Marlene?
Yes, the applicant is here. There's a
Yeah.
massive list of applicants. I'm just scrolling through them. Okay,
Okay.
Gloria Bell, you can go ahead and speak.
Okay,
Hi,
so
everybody. Can you see me or hear me?
We can hear you fine.
We can hear you. We can hear you. Now.
Oh, okay. Okay,
I'm sorry.
wonderful. But can you see me?
No,
No? Okay. It's all right. I wore mascara for you, but it's all right. Thank you so much for having me here this evening. My name is Glory Bell. My husband, myself, and who I jokingly refer to as our not so silent partners, our 6-year-old twins. Hi, baby. We are the owners of Barsha on 115th and First Avenue. It's a Latin Mediterranean influenced comfort food restaurant. And it's basically the spot that we were often looking for, the type of spot that we were looking for when the kids were little, and we wanted to find a chill, comfortable place to go dine that was also refined and both visually beautiful in terms of the plate and what's on your plate and the walls around you. And so Barsha is that. It's our baby, our love letter to Harlem.
I actually remember when you came into this application, but what, are you there, what, about 2 years now?
Yes, 2 years. You remember what happened?
Yes, I do remember. And I also know that during the pandemic, you probably weren't open, correct?
No, we have continued operating in whatever capacity allowed since then. We have not closed, not one day. We probably have no cartilage left on in our knees is the joke that hubby and I tell each other. But no, in whatever capacity we've been allowed to operate, we've been operating, whether it was just, the time that take out delivery.
During the pandemic, you did not close it all?
No, we did. We converted to takeout and delivery and closed the indoor dining. We built an online store. So basically whatever was allowed, we considered and executed on that.
All right, I just want the committee to know, I had asked that you be here because I was concerned you have a full liquor license.
We do, yeah.
But I also see on the method of operation that you have a disc jockey, recorded music, karaoke, live music, patron dancing, third-party promoters, and other specified possible live comedy performances, and an occasional band and DJ. That was the thing that kind of concerned me, because I know that there are residents that live above this establishment.
Yeah, including us. We live in the
Yes,
neighborhood too.
okay.
So the reason we did that was to allow ourselves to have removed all sort of encumbrances that could be an obstacle to our eventual survival during this pandemic, the business's eventual survival of this pandemic. As you know, knowing us and knowing the business, we are not, we don't have any of those things now, obviously, because it's not allowed because of the current stipulations and current encumbrances, but we want to have the options in the event somebody wants to have a birthday party or somebody wants to, you know, do a retirement gathering. Excuse me, baby, I'm on the call. We'll talk in a second. Okay, baby. And so we wanted to remove those encumbrances just to have options, but we are not, the plan is not to, this is not going to be a normal sort of pace of business for us. We just don't have the bandwidth for that. It's literally mom and pop and our 6-year-old twins. But like I said, given that 2 years ago, when we originally applied for the liquor license, we were approved to be able to do any of those things. But unfortunately, it wasn't captured in the minutes. So then we were advised to, instead of, you know, spending money that we didn't have to seek an amendment, we were advised, you know what, in 2 years, just have the stipulations removed as originally, you know, intended. And so that's what we're doing now. But I can assure you, we are not a party all night. I mean, we don't have that lifestyle. That's just not where we are in our lives. And we don't have a bunch of bro investors, as great as bros may be, participating in the development of our baby, right? This love letter to Harlem. But like I said, in coming out of this pandemic, in discussing this with my husband, Walid and I, we were like, you know, we need the opportunity that, you know, if some big name sees us and they're like some, let's say, comedian that's on the up and up on TikTok, and they feel like our Instagram speaks to them, I want to give them the option to come in and do something, right? And we're really conservative in terms of what we are allowed to do. And because we're so conservative, we wanted to be very expansive in that definition, because we're also pretty type A and we don't want to do anything wrong. You know what I mean?
Right,
This is our, we have a lot to lose. This is our baby, and we're not messing this up, you know?
Right,
So,
no, I understand what you're saying, but there are people that live, you do have residents above you. If we approve this, we're approving all of these things with the recorded music, with a band, with karaoke, with a comedy or dancing and all of that. I am concerned about the residents that live above you.
I can help.
What are you doing to affect that they don't get disturbed? I mean,
Gotcha. Yeah, I can definitely help give you assurances and soothe your concerns in light of the fact that, as you know, the prior commercial tenant was Camaradas and it was open late into the night. That's not the kind of establishment that we are. In fact, we are to be closed by midnight. It's in our lease. So that actually means that all events must wrap up by 11 so that we can do a full cleanup of the space. So that's just to give you an example of the kind of establishment that we're talking about. This isn't a party space. This is a chill vibe space. But like I said, I wanted to assure that in moving forward, that we don't have any encumbrances that could get in the way of our opportunity as a small mom and pop in East Harlem to compete with the other guys, and in particular the big guys. You know, we opened just before the pandemic.
I see one of my committee members has her hand up, but my other concern is, do you have extensive soundproofing for this?
It's a brand new build out that we had to do when we entered the space. I'm not aware of official soundproofing equipment installed, but like I said, this isn't the kind of spot where you're gonna have a DJ every night or even weekly. This is the kind of spot where we wanted the option so that if an
Okay, yeah.
opportunity presented itself, we could say yes without risk of losing the liquor license. Does that make sense?
Well, let me have my committee member Angela ask a question. She has her hand up.
Sure, sure. And then I'm happy to also give you some examples of scenarios that hubby and I had in mind when we saw, you know, the removal of all these encumbrances. So go ahead.
Okay, so my first question is, how many people can fit in your restaurant?
In terms of what is legally allowed during COVID times, or in
No, I'm
terms
talking
of,
about in general.
in general, the certificate of occupancy has a max of 70, I believe it's 72.
Okay, so it's a
It's in the
restaurant.
70s. It's in the
It's a
70s.
restaurant with tables and chairs. And
Yes,
people
but
can come in and order a meal.
yes,
That's why they can order liquor, and that's why you have a liquor license. So my
correct.
concern right now, although you should be able to be open about people drinking in the outdoor thing.
I'm sorry?
You have an outdoor, like little piece of your restaurant, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
they
we-
erected one. They erected one, Angela, yeah.
Right, and so if that liquor license, then anybody that buys food can order liquor. They'll be sitting outside drinking on the sidewalk, in the street where people are walking past, things like that. I'm sorry, hold on.
No worries.
Carlos, do you have any,
Well, I think it's important, like we did the last time when we approved one of the events that we went to go see the sound, we went to go hear the sound. Did you say it was soundproof?
well, that-
It's not officially soundproof to, you know, in the way that we know it to be, but it's newly constructed. It is entirely it's gutted and newly constructed. So the integrity of the bones are there. But like I said, our intention and pursuant to what we're allowed to under our lease is we cannot be open past midnight anyway. And this is really for us to have an opportunity to compete in the greater market in the event an event opportunity arises. But for us, this is not to be a part of our regular course of business, because we just don't have the bandwidth for that. We're a mom and pop, and we don't delegate this responsibility. This is a big responsibility.
Oh, I have a
I
question.
understand, but the question is that even if you have any kind of music, we usually try to tell the vendor,
The way
even
we
if
do
it's
right
small
now,
or
yeah.
big, to have it soundproof.
I'm sorry, guys. Guys, I am on the phone. Siéntate, siéntate. I'm sorry, it's a twin thing.
Angela, you had something?
Yeah, no, I'm still, well, see, first off, I understand the need for those outdoor structures because we have been in the pandemic. I have a concern about people drinking alcohol outside of the venue, which means they're on the street where people are passing, families are going. So that was my biggest concern. I understand that because I was like, a pizza parlor that serves liquor, that didn't make sense to me. But now that I understand you have the inside venue is like a restaurant with tables.
Yeah, we're a full service
where
restaurant.
So is it possible for alcohol not to be served outside in the little outdoor structure?
So yeah,
If people want to drink, they should drink inside.
so we're a full service restaurant that seats 40 to 50 something people. Although the certificate of occupancy allows up to 70 something people. And yes, during the pandemic, we erected the outdoor dining portion because indoor dining wasn't allowed. Admittedly, we don't really use it anymore because we just found it to just not be a viable option for us. That may change in the future if, you know, if we're lucky enough to come across some sort of architecture firm that can help us pro bono and really build on that, then that would be great. But right now we are lean and we are mean, and so we're just too conservative to to explore that further. But yes, we do. I mean, we have it. It's there. And outdoor dining is for the purpose of allowing guests to dine and drink, while seated there. I don't know. Yeah, so we've seen it all throughout the city, and it's really an opportunity to give any restaurants, actually, from what I understand, a fighting chance at making it through this pandemic. But in particular for mom and pops like us who opened just before the pandemic, it really was a lifeline during those months that indoor dining was not allowed. But now that indoor dining is allowed, we're not really using it. We tend to really just use it for like, I don't know, just an opportunity. We want to use it as an opportunity to give artists the chance to help us figure out the next phase of what that looks like, because it's totally new for New York City to have restaurants on the street. You know what I mean? This isn't Europe.
That is going to be permanent. Those structures are going to be permanent. Marlene?
I don't know what the city's plans are
Yes.
regarding that. I assume so.
Open restaurants are permanent, yes, to answer the
Right.
question.
Really?
Yes, they are.
And I have another concern, because you just stated that you would use that outdoor place possibly for artists, which is then going to bring noise.
Oh no, what I didn't finish my sentence. By that I mean an opportunity to leave their mark in the space, much in the way the indoor is a love letter to Harlem. When you walk in, the walls, when you look on the walls, it's actually a composite of newspapers from around the world, in every language imaginable, to really highlight the diversity of Harlem. So this is pillow talk with my husband and I, but like we were talking, it'd be great if we gave artists an opportunity to help us also build out the outdoor with that. Does that make sense?
I'm not right now. I understand what you're saying. I'm just thinking.
But right now, the way
during the week
used and the way all restaurants are using their outdoor dining is in the same way that they're using their indoor dining, which is it's a safer space to sit, safer in terms of ventilation, safer space to sit and enjoy a dining experience with friends and family.
And you're open from 7 a.m. to 12 midnight.
Well, those are the hours that we can be open, but we're actually open from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. during the week until 8:30 p.m. Fridays and Saturday, for dining in-person service. But takeout and delivery starts as early as 11 a.m.
And you have a happy hour.
No.
Okay, I was reading around. That was somebody else's name.
We want the option, like any other restaurant, to be able to have one. But today, at this moment, I just think that given the change in consumer behavior, and this is just a business decision, it's just not wise to implement a happy hour. But we did have one before the pandemic. And once we feel it is safe to do so, not that, we're judging any other establishment that is doing it now. But once we feel as a family who is to a certain extent medically at risk, we will, once it's safe, we will roll out happy hour again, because I know folks have been asking about it.
Angela is right. You do have that checked off, that you will have a happy hour that ends at 8 p.m.
8 p.m. the latest. That's right. We're not doing it now, but we want the option.
Honestly, my concern, I'm sorry, guys, but my concern, all of these method of operation, we have to be good neighbors.
Exactly.
My concern is the people that live above you. There's got to be something that will protect them, whether it's especially during the week. People have to go to work. They might have children. I mean,
yeah. And they're completely on board with us. They're our landlord. And so they want us to succeed because they know if we succeed, they succeed, right? But understand that it is not our intention to be like, I mean, I'm sure you guys, I don't know if you guys have been to Barsha, but like, or know of our family, but our intention is not to be a party spot. Our intention is to be an oasis. And so
your intention may not be the intention of the people that come to your establishment. That you have no control over who attends unless you tell people that they can or cannot come. You must live in a private house. So then it is only you and the landlord that is concerned. So I can understand where you have his permission. But how many other homes are on that street? How many other people live in that area?
Yeah, and I'll assure you, we will follow all the sort of noise and nuisance rules. Because it's important, like you said, to be a good neighbor, and we are a neighbor. We live, a couple blocks away, so it's important to assure that we maintain East Harlem the safe, vibrant space that we want it to be.
So then
But
I
it's also important to allow small businesses an opportunity to survive what's happening,
Again.
especially. Oh, sorry.
no, you go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, especially having opened just before the pandemic and not coming from money and not being some sort of money pit, like it's important to have an opportunity to pull on all of those options for an event that may arise in the future. Does that make sense?
Right.
So
And
that
I
we don't
think that
risk.
you can't project, and that you're asking us to make a decision on things that are not in existence based upon the current dynamics that are going on. My other
Right.
concern, 12 o'clock during the week is late because
Oh, no,
people
during the
have
week,
children and they may need to go to bed by 8 o'clock. And with an outdoor establishment with people drinking, people tend to drink and get loud. And so it could be not being a good neighbor to some people. I just feel like you asked for,
Well, those,
you
I'm
asked
sorry.
us to look at like everything. You like threw it all in a bucket and said, these are all the different things that maybe possibly can happen, that could possibly help us. But then you're saying in the same breath, but it doesn't exist right now. But if we approve it, it could exist in 5 days. And then
well, no,
there
I'll
is-
give you an example, because perhaps, I'll give you an example. For example, we can't be open past midnight, right? That's the case right now. And so
Right.
because of that, and that will be the case even after this meeting, right? But because of that, we're closing at 8 or 8:30, the kitchen, and after clean up the whole restaurant, so more like 9, on a nightly basis. We don't have to do that. We could continue till closer to midnight, right? So that's just to give you an example of like a small business needing space to breathe, but not necessarily using it if it doesn't need it, right? And your concerns are shared by me as a local mom of little ones who also need to go to bed early, who have, thank you, DOE, for putting my twins in 2 different schools. You know what I mean? Who has a lot to also balance in consider in terms of wanting to keep a beautiful, vibrant neighborhood. But like I said, all the other businesses in the neighborhood have been using DJs, have the opportunity to use DJs, and I would like the opportunity to exercise that as well. And you've seen in the
Okay.
last 2 years that we've been in the space, that we've been model citizens, what do you call it? Business citizens? Yeah.
But as Carlos said, you're not even sure you're soundproof. So those other places, based on in the short time that I've been a part of this committee, that's a request. Automatically, if music is playing, that there is some level of soundproofing in the area. And if you're going to serve people outside, how will they hear the music? Which means the music has to be loud enough. Either you're going to have speakers inside
they
your
can't.
hut, or they just don't get music.
They don't get music.
Okay.
They're too far.
Angela,
Yes.
Angela, I see one of the pages here that the posting is on. Now I'm looking where it says Barcha. Now upstairs, it has like 1, 2, how many floors? 3 floors or something? And then right next door is another, like a 99-cent store with residents that live above that. Again, my concern is a good neighbor and to make sure these people are not disturbed. That's our major concern.
Yeah,
We
and
want-
I agree with you. How
want
can I give you assurances to
we
make you
want
feel?
businesses, but we don't want, we also have to draw a fine line between the people that live in these apartments and the businesses. So, I mean,
I agree with you, and trust and believe, I am not looking to be a nuisance, which is really what seems like to be your concern, right? You don't want a nuisance in the neighborhood. That would be horrible. Like, we have enough to deal with in our neighborhood now, especially in the pandemic. The last thing you also need is for a small business to come in and just like be problematic to our brothers and sisters up and down the block. And I understand that. And so that's why I'm telling you, I'm assuring you that we are far too conservative and too conscious of our neighbors to go in that direction. That's why we're applying to remove stipulations that in the last board meeting were approved, the removal of stipulations. So that if an event were to arise where somebody were to request this, we can do it. And I will give you an example. Our grand opening, a DJ offered his services as a gift to us to be a part of our grand opening when we opened at the end of 2019. We politely had to decline because we did not have the authority to do that. So that's just to give you an example that we're not looking to do DJ Wednesdays, DJ Fridays. We are not that family. Every single minute of that the doors are open, either my husband or myself are there. And my children need to see their parents both at the same time. We're not Clark Kent, Superman. They need to see us both at the same time at some point. So that is to impress upon you why we are imposing on ourselves certain restrictions that we don't want. Does that make sense?
That you said, but you may not realize, but you say, but if this situation arises, we want to be able to take advantage. But you taking advantage of that lucky situation doesn't necessarily put in place all the things that need to be in your establishment for you to be able to do that without impeding or affecting the neighborhood around you. I have a question about this.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
All right,
Because you're saying that, you could have lost your business. You struggled to survive. So you want to be sure that you can do anything possible if it should show up at your door. I'm
sorry if that's how it's interpreted or comes off, but that's not what we were looking to do. Like, to do anything, like, we are too
you're asking
paid for that.
In the same breath, saying you don't do this, but you're asking to be able to do it, which means you want it to be that you can do it. And I understand that, but we still have to look at how it affects the community around you. And since we have no precedence, because you're not doing it already, we don't know if the music is going to be too loud because you're not even aware whether or not they're soundproofing. You don't know.
Would you like to give me the opportunity to show you that we, not just from the past 2 years, but that we can continue to be good citizens and good neighbors?
I cannot speak to that. I only know that
I'm on the phone, baby.
Other meetings, when the thing about noise came up, we did not approve things if we didn't know, or that it was promised that there would be soundproofing put in if they already knew. You're not even really aware if your establishment is already pre-prepared because you said it was renovated. So it may already meet certain codes that would keep it quiet, but you don't know. And
so, I really appreciate.
Wait. Guys, excuse me. I mean, I also, Angela, I agree with everything you're saying, but I also want to hear from Carlos. Carlos, I think you're on mute.
Let me just unmute myself. Ma'am, is there any way we could go over there and look or see the sound that you're talking about? Because if you're not,
of course. Hello,
maybe that may solve the
welcome.
problem for us, because we love to support our community. However, we need to be conscious of our neighbors as well.
And I completely understand that,
and I respect that. But we want to be able to be sure that not the type of music you're going to be playing, but how loud it's going to be. So if you give us the opportunity to maybe myself or one of the other board members to go with me, just to listen to the sound you're talking about and see how loud and how, because we're able to do that with another vendor, another tenant, restaurant, and we heard the sound, and the sound wasn't that bad, and we were able to approve it. So
absolutely, and if it
too much on this one application.
Yes,
I wanted Angela and Carlos to you know, put their feelings in on what they think about this. Because you know, once we do approve it, that means we're approving everything that goes along that's on the application.
Can I ask this question just for the purpose of, I don't know, efficiency? I don't know if that's the right word, but if it makes you feel better, would it make you feel better if we were to put installation, if we were to have a DJ event? Such that we would
Well,
put it up for the DJ event and we would take it down when the DJ event is of course not taking place.
We definitely need soundproofing. When you're gonna have all of these different functions going on in that establishment, there has to be soundproofing. Because there's a building directly next door, there are people upstairs, there's got to be soundproofing. Because this is a lot to have a live band, to have dancing. Tell me, what is this third party promoter?
Oh yeah,
and
so I just read that widely for the purpose of assuring that I comply. So I just thought, well, if I do a promotion like a Facebook ad or something, or an Instagram ad, is that technically a promotion? Well, let me, can you check on your brother? I said, well, that's technically a promotion. So that's why I was like, let me check that off just in case, you know, I'm not running a Facebook ad in honor of, like, I don't know, Juneteenth or something, and then I get in trouble because it's considered a promotion. Does that make sense?
It's up to my committee. It really is up to my committee.
I don't have a problem with that. I think it's fine.
Okay, the kids are sending me back to the room.
Marlene, there's a comment in the chat about love letter to East Harlem, please. I don't understand what that is.
It's just a comment.
I
The
know,
applicant
but
that you're speaking to made that comment. And so I believe it was Debbie that responded in the chat to the comment.
okay,
Good
but I'm
question.
trying to understand what she's saying. We should approve this? Like, I didn't understand.
Yeah,
neither
it's
did I,
focus on the
Angela. I was-
applicant right now. So you all do one of two things, right? Go ahead and deny or approve her right now. Or you can approve her. This is completely up to you all as a committee. You can approve her and just have her redo that stipulation because that's what's giving all of you pause. So you can go ahead and figure out if that's what you want to do.
Okay, thank you.
So you don't have a problem when we go over to listen to the sound that you're talking about, so we could, you know.
Of course not.
rectify
In
that
fact,
problem?
yeah, of course not.
Okay.
Right now we play indoor.
Angela, you don't have a problem taking a vote?
No, I don't have what, well, I don't know, because I work full time. I have like
No, I
3
understand.
jobs.
We're working
So
around your
getting there
schedule.
for me. But if they're willing to adjust the stip based on the soundproofing and things like that, I don't see it being problematic.
Okay. All right. 'cause I
Okay,
don't want-
so
I don't
then we're,
have
so then,
time on this one application. If you guys feel that it's okay, then can I get a motion on this?
Yeah,
So
so
you wanna
before we
do-
make the motion, you don't have a problem soundproofing the area when you have events?
yeah, exactly, for events. And again, it's like for when they arise, right? For when the consumer behavior changes as COVID sort of, as that situation starts to improve, right? Because right now nobody's
Right.
throwing parties like that. And so, yeah, so if you want to add an asterisk that says, so long as there is there is appropriate soundproofing, completely understand. I mean, we understand that the previous commercial tenant was open till 4 a.m. blasting music all out, and that's just not our lifestyle.
So that's why he's
especially
not there
for-
anymore.
Yeah, exactly. That's just not our
So,
lifestyle. as parents of
I'll
little
make the
ones.
motion to approve with the condition that she will put some soundproofing whenever she has any kind of live entertainment or.
Are you going to take a look at that, Carla?
I am, and again, if Angela would love to come with me, I'd love to set it up around her schedule and just go, so we can be safe on our end, meaning the board that takes a walk over and makes sure that, you know, we listen
So
to.
we can make arrangements maybe for a Saturday.
Absolutely.
because I really work a lot.
I understand.
Oh, and the fact that you're serving on this board, I mean, that's amazing.
We
Yeah.
have to, well, I'm concerned about the community and
And we're
other than
concerned
that,
about, we're
huh?
concerned about being good neighbors.
And being a
Yeah.
good neighbor. Yes.
Oh, exactly. Oh, I'm so
Okay, so-
excited. I can't wait to meet you guys. So,
All right, so
let
do
me
we
know when
have
you're
a motion
available.
on this?
Carla,
Let us approve it. So I make the motion to accept with that condition.
There
I
a
second.
second? Okay, all right, so, Carlos,
Yes.
Angela,
yeah,
and Judith, yes, and
okay.
I agree with Carlos, we'll take a look at it.
Great. Thank you, guys. So just to make sure I recap it to my husband correctly. So the renewal is approved so long as when you visit, and we play music the way we intend to play it during events, you know, at the noise level, you feel that it's not so bad that it would be burdensome on our neighbors. Right.
That's correct. And also that you would work on, and you commit yourself to do some proof, soundproof.
Yeah. Yeah, we can commit ourselves to put up soundproofing whenever we're going to have an event that will elicit a lot of sound.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, thank you. All right, we're going now into street activity. So the
No,
first
Judith,
one,
you have one more.
I have one more, liquor
Dos
license.
amigos.
Oh, I thought I did that. I'm sorry. 1 second. Yes, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry. I put it aside. All right. Dos Amigos is at 137 East 116th Street. They're a renewal. They've been there for a while. They're only doing recorded music. Let me see. Their hours are from on Sunday and Wednesday, 12 to 12 on Sunday, and 12 to 1 a.m. Thursday through Saturday. And they have all their documents. There were no 311s on this. So this one we can, do you see it, Angela? Do you see it, Carlos?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so, they're not here because they're only a renewal and they've been there for a while. So, do we have a motion on that?
Angela?
Angela,
I motion
I'll second it.
to accept this, Dos
okay.
amigos. So,
Any second?
I'll second it.
Okay, all right, so Carlos Diaz,
I second it.
yes,
Yes.
but I have to call the roll call. Carlos?
Guys.
Yes.
Okay, Angela
yes,
and Judith, yes. Okay, sorry about that. Now we're going into street activity. The next one is ID number 566902. I don't know if I'm saying this event name correctly. Afro Bemeb. Am I saying that correctly? I don't know. It is for August 21st, 10 p.m. and the breakdown is 8:30 p.m. The applicant is Debbie Quinones and the sponsor is Young Bucks Sports. They have all their documents. Do you see that, guys?
Yes.
Any questions on that?
Debbie's on the line if you would like to speak to her.
Debbie, do you have anything that you want to say about that? Hi, Deb.
Hi, good evening, everyone. No, I don't have anything to say. I'm just grateful for the opportunity to continue this tradition that has been occurring in East Harlem for about 50 years. And we're super excited to have the event occur this year.
Okay, the event is going to be on 120th Street between Lexington Avenue and Third Avenue.
That's correct.
Yeah. Isn't that near the art park?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Committee,
Make a
Angela?
motion to approve.
Angela?
I'll second the motion.
Okay, all right. Carlos Diaz,
Yes.
Angela,
Yes,
and, oh, wait a second.
oh,
We're missing, wait a second. We're missing documents on this.
No, you have all the documents for Debbie.
Well,
What
I
are you,
don't-
what are you missing on your end?
I don't see the map and,
She gave a map.
oh, you remember we spoke about that this afternoon?
Yeah, but that's another applicant. Debbie handed in everything that was required.
yeah, everything is here. Everything is here.
Oh, wait a second. I was looking at the wrong one. Am I going by the agenda? I don't have the agenda in front of me.
You know better.
Okay, yes, everything's okay. All right, so Carlos made a motion, Angela seconded. All right, so Carlos,
Say
have to
yes.
call the roll call.
You did that already, but I'll say yes again.
All right, Angela,
Yes,
okay, and Judith, yes, okay.
Thank you.
Next event is 565430. It's the Mexican Independence Day Street Festival, single block festival. It's in September 19th. September 19th. The applicant is Pablo Guzman. It's on East 116th Street between Third Avenue and Second Avenue. And I'm sorry to say, guys, but we don't have documents for that one. Is that correct, Marlene?
Yes, it's correct.
Yeah, we don't have documents for that one.
Is the applicant there?
No.
No,
Make a motion to deny.
okay. Angela,
I will second the motion.
okay, all right, so Carlos Diaz,
Yes.
Angela,
Yep,
and Judith, yes. And I know that Marlene has tried to call Mr. Guzman a number of times with no answer.
He has answered me. We spoke several times. I just didn't receive what you all required
Yeah,
from
well,
him. We've spoken.
yeah, you can talk to someone, but if they're not gonna send in the documents, that's, what's the difference? It's talking in vain. Yeah, and he knows better, but whatever. Okay, the next event is 577578. It's Expectation Management Initiative. It's a street festival. Jason Cruz. And let's see, it's
I saw it.
on East 115th Street, but this is another applicant that does not have all the documents. I know that Marlene reached out to them, but we still don't have the documents.
Motion to deny. Is that Jason Cruz from Robert Rodriguez's office? Do
Yes,
you know?
it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
No, he should know better.
Yeah, of course. I totally agree. And this is for June 12th. And you're right, Carlos. They should know better. So Angela,
Did I need to second that?
yeah, well, it's only the three of us, so.
I know this is kind of. Marlene, can we do these as a group since most of these other ones do not have all the documents, if I'm not correct?
No, you gotta do it individually. I think.
The other ones do have the doc.
Most of them
Oh,
have the
okay.
documents.
Yeah,
It's
and if
only
you
these-
wanted to do them as a group, that was supposed to be said during the adoption of the agenda.
Right,
All right, thank
Change
you.
Would have been made.
yeah, but most of
Right.
them do have the documents. It was these two that did not.
They said they didn't have the documents.
Yeah, on the two that I just mentioned.
Okay,
Marlene, could you do me a favor and check with Jason again and to see if we could submit it to the executive board so in case he needs to move on that project?
So what are you all doing? I need to know what I'm doing.
We're
doing
denying
this
it
now.
based on no documentation. But if he gets it before the executive board, maybe they could try to get it approved. But just to remind him that it's not being approved because he doesn't have the documents available for us.
Well, Carlos, then we should do the same thing with Pablo Guzman because those are the only two applicants that did not have the documents.
Fine, Judy, if that's what you want to do, it's fine.
You all already voted on that one. Are you going and now
No,
getting another vote? You voted already. It's closed out. Do you want to put another vote?
All right, committee, what do you want to do? I mean,
don't they have enough time to resubmit their application?
well, the one for Jason, that's,
No, Jason doesn't,
that's.
but the Independence Day Festival does. They have time to resubmit, so I say we stay where we.
This September, correct. But guess what? June is our last meeting and we
Oh.
come back in September.
Okay,
So that's the issue.
so I'm new here and I'm not completely and totally aware of how all of the rules work yet. I'm working on that. Whatever you two decide, I'll vote accordingly.
Carlos, do you want to withdraw your denial for Pablo and see if we can get him in also? Because you're the one who made the motion, you have to withdraw that.
fine, I'll make a motion to withdraw since he has ample time to apply.
All right, and then Marlene, is there a second to withdraw? You seconded.
I second that.
Okay, all right, so Marlene, do you think we can try to get these two without the documents in? So I don't know if we can do it at executive, but that's what Jose, Carlos is asking about. Do you think we can do that?
I will contact them, but I need to know from this committee definitively what's happening with these two applications. Are you denying them right now? And if you are denying them right now, which meeting are you sending them to? That's what I need to be clear about.
Well,
When I contact them, I need to know where I'm sending them.
To the executive
Right.
meeting, you said.
Carlos suggested if we can get these documents in from Jason and from Guzman, that can we bring them to executive?
But right now you're denying them. It's a denial.
That's
Yeah.
correct, yes.
Yes, that's correct.
And Carlos, you made the motion. Angela seconded the motion for the Mexican Independence Day. Yes?
That's correct.
denial, but you want me to
Yes.
go back and contact Pablo just in case he can make it for executive.
That's correct.
Correct.
Okay, so now for number 6 for Jason Cruz, Carlos, you made the motion. Angela, you seconded the motion for
Right.
denial of that application as well, but you want me to go back and see if I can get a hold of Jason to have him go to executive, but it's still a denial.
That's correct.
Correct. If we can get the documents before executive, is executive before full or what?
It should be.
Well, sometimes it's not. That's why I'm asking.
Well, you were part of the executive, don't you know?
I know, but I don't have the date in front of me.
I'll get the count. I'll get the date for you guys. Clear out what's happening. You were free to move on in this agenda, but I'm
Okay,
no need for me. Just go back and contact these applicants again, but it's a denial. Okay.
Thank
Right.
you.
okay, thank you.
Much, Marlene.
I appreciate that, Maureen, I really do. Okay, the next
problem.
one is event number 578570. It's the James Weldon Johnson House Annual Love and Unity Day, which will be July 31st. And it will be on East 12th Street between Lexington Avenue and Park Avenue. And the applicant name is Kenneth Cox. And the sponsor is 3-N like Nancy -1 Multi-Services. They have all their documents.
You would like to speak to the applicant? The applicant is on the line.
Then you can put them on and say hello and tell us a little bit about the event.
Yeah, is that Kenneth Cox on the line?
Yes, I'm here. Good afternoon, good evening, everyone.
Hi.
For taking this time to consider our application. I'm a former resident of James Weldon Johnson Houses. We have
Right.
been hosting this event for the past 40 years.
Right,
I'm no longer in the community, but I'm assisting Ethel Velez, who has been a longtime champion of the community, trying to take some work off of her plate. So I've taken charge for organizing the event. I organized and received the permit through your office in 2019. Obviously, last year, because of COVID, we didn't host the event. It's pretty straightforward. We are requesting the closure of 112th Street for vehicular traffic between Park and Lexington Avenues.
right.
To host mobile units and various other service providers and activities for children. We will shut down at 5 o'clock. It's pretty straightforward. We have committees. We are empowering the residents of James Weldon Johnson Houses. So the event will be organized very tightly. There will be cleanup and, all of the requirements for the COVID precautions will be adhered to.
Yes, I know you've been doing this event for quite a number of years, and you do have all your documents here.
I make a motion to approve.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve also, so Angela doesn't have to do all of them. Okay, Carlos Diaz,
Yes.
Angela,
I don't know. Let me think. Oh, yes.
okay, Judith Fabraro, yes.
Thank you, everyone.
You're quite welcome, enjoy.
Please pass by and look for me so I can thank you personally. I'll be on site all day.
Okay, great. Okay, the next one is event number 567063. It's the Cicely Tyson Memorial Cookout Celebration. It's on September 25th. And that will be on 101st Street between 3rd Avenue and Lexington Avenue. The applicant is Maggie Dermott, and the sponsor is Council Member Diana Aiello. Guys, are you here?
I hear it.
No.
Maggie's on the call.
Hi,
And
everybody. Good evening.
Debbie is also still
Good
here.
evening, Marlene.
Hi, Maggie.
Judith, everybody. Carlos,
How are you?
I'm good, thank God. It was good to see you earlier, Carlos. Sorry we
Good to
didn't
see
have
you always.
Who's on the call?
Maggie McDermott. Good
Hi,
evening,
Maggie.
Judith. I hope
Hi, how
everybody
are
is
you?
well. It's an honor to be here. Thank you so much. So I just wanted to briefly say in January of 2021, Cicely Tyson, a world-renowned actress, transpired at the age of 96. Cicely Tyson was born in 1924, and she was raised at 178 East 101st Street near Lexington Avenue, between Lexington and 3rd Avenue, to be precise. So a collaboration with the Cicely Tyson Street Renaming and Landmarking Committee, whose members are Nina Saxon, Taina Traverso, and Debbie Quinones. The permit is for a street closure for the Cicely Tyson Street Sign Unveiling Celebration, and to create a new annual event within the community that celebrates both the arts and promotion of East Harlem.
What happened?
Maggie?
Yes,
Okay, I thought something happened. So I
No.
motion to approve.
I second it.
thank you.
All right, I didn't hear what Maggie was saying. I think she was in the middle and then it drowned it out.
No, I was actually finished, but I can repeat it if
Oh,
you like.
okay.
Okay, no, that's all right.
It's all good.
We got you.
Okay, so motion Carlos, second
No,
Angela.
motion by
Motion by Angela.
Oh,
Angela.
motion by Angela.
Second by me.
By Carla.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. Okay, so Carlos Diaz,
Yes.
Angela,
I'm gonna say yes, but Maggie didn't even say hello to me. But that's,
I'm sorry, Angela. I know you're still new to this. I'm sorry, Angela. Hi, Angela Donadel.
I say,
okay. And thank you for saying hello to me, Maggie.
You're welcome, Judith. I'm always going to say hello to you, whether you want me to or not. How's that?
Yeah. All right, and, okay, so I approve. So it's a unanimous approval.
This is wonderful. Thank you so much. I'd like to take this opportunity to drop the mic now. Boom. Thank you.
Okay, you got it. You got it.
Thank you all.
next,
Okay, enjoy. Okay, now we have event number 581464. It's the Juneteenth Jubilee. It's on June 19th. And it'll be at the Duke Ellington Circle between Tito Puente Way and Fifth Avenue. The plaza out front of the African Center on 110th Street and Fifth Avenue. And let's see. The sponsor is the Africa Center. They have all their documents. This is, I think this is a new application, isn't it, Marlene?
Right, the applicants, there are several people representing this,
Right,
this
exactly.
application.
Are they looking to close Fifth Avenue, or they're looking to close 110th Street between Fifth and Madison?
nope.
Hi, this is Shakina. Hello, I'm the applicant of record. It's so great to be with you all this evening. We have a few other members from our collective here, just to answer your question, Carlos, we're only looking to close the segment of Duke Ellington Circle between 5th and Tito Puente. So just the section of the curb lane that passes in front of the sidewalk in front of the Africa Center.
Right, that's what it states.
Okay, now I understand what it says. My question is it gonna close the street or the sidewalks?
Just that segment of the street of Duke Ellington Circle. So the southeast corner of the roundabout. That's the only part that's closing.
Right,
Not
so
on Fifth Avenue proper.
No.
no, so traffic will still be able to get through, correct?
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, that was my concern. I think I know what they're talking about. So
Yeah.
where a little circle is Half Moon, where they want to put the
Correct,
Tito Puente
Carlos.
statue?
Yeah.
That, okay, all right.
Yeah,
The Tito Puente statue is out there?
yes.
Duke Ellington.
They're working on it. It's
They're
part of the.
working on that, the
before
Duke
some years ago.
Ellington one is
Oh,
out
I
there.
was gonna say, I've never seen it.
No, it hasn't been,
Yeah, yeah.
it's an
Okay.
RFP out for that.
Oh,
Let me tell you, Shakina, this is a fabulous map.
Oh, thank you. My partner Daniel found the image on Google Maps.
Really
and
a
just-
fabulous map. It
Oh,
really
good.
is. One of the best ones I've seen.
Well,
Okay, so, guys, a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept the applicant. To
All right,
use-
I'll second that emotion and give Angela a break. Okay, so Carlos Diaz,
Yes.
Angela,
yes.
Judith, yes.
thank you so much, y'all. We're so excited. And please come by and listen to some music and enjoy the event with us on the 19th if you're nearby. It's really, really an honor, and we're so grateful for your support for this event. Thank
I
you.
will definitely be there. I live down the street.
Awesome. Great, Angela. We'll see you.
Bye-bye. Next.
I would say are.
Okay. Family Fun Day. And the applicant is Ruth Ann, is that Winter?
Whitner, Winter.
Winter, okay. And that will be on 120th Street between Fifth and Madison, which is right on my block, down my block. Hi,
Judith.
Hi, and that's the Bethel Gospel, yeah. And they've done this a few times already.
Yep.
Yes, and you too have a really nice map. Okay. I have to compliment people who really do a good map rather than that drawing where you're trying to figure it out.
Well, you guys have taught us how to do it over all of these years, so.
I know. They have all their documents.
Yes, ma'am. Motion to approve this. I love this map.
Yeah, they do it, they do
Judith,
it.
I'll yield to you so you can second it.
All right, I'll second it. Okay, Carlos? Carlos?
Yes, yes.
Okay, Angela
Yes.
and Judith, yes.
Okay, next.
Thank you all.
Okay, enjoy. I'll
Judith, we
probably-
hope to see you on that day. Come by, okay?
Well, I'm across the street, so,
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
all right,
Come and
next
say hello.
event is 572814. It's Elevate El Barrio. Am I saying that right? I hope so.
Yes, that's correct, Judith. Thank you for having me.
Okay, and that's going to be August 6th. And
Correct.
the applicant is Tiffany. I'm sorry, I don't want to mess it.
Eltree.
Oh, okay, great. It's on 108.
Thank you, Angela.
You're very welcome.
it's on 108th Street and Madison Avenue, between Madison and Fifth. And the sponsor is Tiffany Beltry.
Can you tell us a little more about what this is?
Yeah, so basically the event is just like, it's almost like a community potluck. It's just a safe place for us to get together and gather as a community, exchange, banter over some good food and just basically reunite El Barrio. I feel like for a long time, we've been, experiencing violence in Harlem as well throughout the pandemic. That was a tough year. And my grandmother, actually, I'm not sure if any of you know her. Her name's Nelly Guzman. It's kind of like homage to her because she's well known in the community. And she used to like give out plates and help a lot of people. And just, she had a way of making her mark. So I just want to follow her footsteps and be able to continue her legacy by providing people of El Barrio a safe place where we can gather and just be a community,
Wonderful.
Very good.
Motion to approve.
I second it.
And Carlos seconds it. Okay.
Thank you.
Carlos,
Yes.
Angela,
Yes.
Judith, yes. Okay, let's get through this. Next event is 564-957 Family Day. It's an annual event held for families in the area as an opportunity to bring parents and children together to engage in fun activities. And this is July 17th. Diane Span is the applicant. The location is on East 127th Street between 3rd and Lexington. And let's see. Diane Span, you're the sponsor also?
Yes, Addie McCollins, yes.
Right. Okay. Guys, you have
You can
any
tell us about the
questions?
event? You had it before?
Yes, we've had Family Day before.
Actually,
but-
the sponsor is Addie Mae.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's
Is
Addie
that Annie Mae
McCollins.
Goodman?
No,
Mae
Addie Mae
Collins.
Collins Community Service.
I do anything
just
for
the
Annie
applicant.
Mae.
Addie Mae is a Head
Addie
Start
Addie
program.
Mae
in-
Collins.
Addie Mae Collins is a historical figure in Black in
Right.
education.
Right, and they've had
Okay.
this event, quite a few times.
Make
Yes.
a motion to approve.
Second.
Oh,
wait.
boy. Oh, my
Hold
God,
on.
this map is really great.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
I'm
you.
wanting to see the other maps. I do have a question because Street Activities told me to change because I had 2 applications in and they told me to
Yes,
change the
you do
date.
have 2 applications in, I know.
And they had me to change the date. So I want to make sure that the dates are indicated accurately.
Well, this one, the Family Day is on July 17th.
Right. And they made me change because we had one in August and they said that they wanted them to be 30 days apart. So that's why they had me to move it. And I believe she told me to move it until to June 18th because she wanted more than a month apart from the second application, which was for August 20th.
Yes, that's what it says here.
Yeah,
But
Let's
let's
move
get
forward. I'm sorry to
let-
interject, but Ms. Span, are you speaking about the closing exercise?
the closing exercises or is the date was August 20th, and that's why she had me to switch the date for Family Day.
So, okay, so closing exercise is still August 20th. That hasn't,
Yes, ma'am.
okay.
No, that didn't change.
So the family day is now which day?
They
The
had me to
Family
switch
Day
it to
is
June.
July 17th.
No, she had me to switch it. She wanted a date in June, so she gave me the 18th. And I'm gonna
That's
just make
fine.
sure.
Okay, so it's not reflected on our end. When did you have this
Right.
conversation with SAPO?
Before I even sent you the documents, I'm gonna make sure that I'm checking the date right now. I'm logging on.
It's okay. You don't have to log on.
Okay.
I can pull it if you sent it to me. If you had that conversation with SAPO before you sent the documents, I just pulled this existing application. So all you
Understood.
give me a heads up and say, listen, there's a date. But
Yes.
it's not a big deal. I don't want you to worry about that. We'll just
okay.
change it. So when their full board votes on this, the correct date will be voted on.
Okay.
All right, so then the July 17th is no longer, correct?
It's a date change, yes, but
Yes,
it's still the same
okay.
event.
So
Okay.
whoever makes this motion, whoever is going to make it, approve it with the date change that Ms. Span is saying, even though it's written down as the 17th, just so it's on record, that
Yes.
you're approving it for the date that she is saying. And
All right,
I'll
what
give the
date,
correct date to
I'm
full board.
sorry, Diane, what date is it going to be now? June what?
18th. It's a
June
Friday.
18th. Okay. Okay, do I have a motion?
Motion to approve with the date correction included.
What's the date
Okay, so,
correction?
you know,
You have to
what-
call it out.
The
So
date
motion to
correction,
approve
wait,
family
wait.
day for
Hello,
whatever date.
okay, so motion to approve Family Day with the date correction of July 17th to June 18th?
Sure.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much. Okay, I'll second that, Angela. Okay, did you get that, Molly?
I got it. Yes.
Okay,
I'm just curious, so what happened to my motion? So
what motion? You made a motion?
Carlos, yes, Carlos
yeah, I
made a
made a motion
motion.
to approve July 17th and now
Now
been
it's, yeah,
turned around.
so, Angela made a motion for Family
I
Day.
understand, so
now.
we have to deny my motion so we could go with the second motion. Because
Yeah.
that wasn't
Because
explained when
your
I looked at
motion
the
was for the
form.
wrong date.
Hello,
Yeah.
hello. When I made the motion for July 17th, it wasn't explained that the date was changed.
Right, and it wasn't seconded, so. So now the
No,
motion.
it was
is-
second. We were gonna vote on it, but then she had mentioned that there was change based on 30 days apart by
Okay,
Sapo.
so what do you guys want to do? Angela made the motion, I seconded. You want me to retract? What do you want me to do?
Well, we gotta rescind my motion. Is
Right.
that correct?
Okay, I didn't know that it was seconded. I'm sorry, Carlos. Okay, so rescind your motion.
And I yield to my Angela.
What? I didn't hear him.
He said he rescinds to his Angela. That would be me.
Okay, and am I still seconding that?
Yes, you are.
Okay, all right, so Carlos,
Yes.
Angela,
Yes.
okay, Judith, okay. Whew, only two more, so let's get through it. Event number 564955, closing exercise, which is for August 20th. Let's see. The applicant again is Diane Span. That'll be on East 127th Street between 3rd Avenue and Lexington Avenue. The sponsor again is Addie Mae Collins.
A motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, great.
Thank
You
you.
have all
Thank
the
you all.
documents. Okay, so Carlos,
Yes.
Angela,
Yes.
Judith, yes. Carlos, are you okay? You look like you have a headache.
No, I'm working on my mouth, so I'm a little pain, but I'm all right.
Oh, okay. All right, next event is 580593, A Healthy You, which is also July 24th.
Yes, I'm here. Chambers is here.
Okay, the applicant is Swan Streety.
Yes,
And that location is on 123rd Street between Second Avenue and Third Avenue.
yes,
The sponsor is Chambers Memorial for Social Change.
yes.
And we have all the documents.
Just for a point of information, could you explain what this is going to be about?
Sure. Our event that we've been sponsoring for or having for over a decade now is the street closure of our the block of our church. And we basically have events where we have health screenings. We have the Bereavement Health Center that gets involved, and they come out with different booths to test people, whether it's for blood pressure screening, glucose screening, and a whole host of others. Sometimes there's someone that comes out and does HIV screening. They enroll people with different insurances. They enroll people into their bereavement health center. And we also have double dutch and hopscotch and hula hooping for the kids and stuff like that. So it's just a whole street activity for the kids in the community.
No double dutch and hula hooping for the grown-up?
Yes, that too. I jump.
So you got letters of support? I don't see the document, but.
I'm sorry?
Did you get letters of support from the like Borinquen and?
Yes, we do. Yeah.
You do. Okay. And one more question. How do you work out the police department? Because it's a police station there. You use the whole street or do you close halfway?
We do halfway.
Okay.
We do half.
Okay, I make a motion to approve. I'm familiar with the block. I have a gallery there.
Yes, he does. And I'm familiar with it.
Okay, I'll second that motion. Okay, Carlos,
Yes.
Angela? Angela? Is Angela here?
Angela dropped off. I think she dropped off.
I think she locked off by mistake or something. But if you second it, we could go with it.
Yeah, but
Is that a quorum with that?
I need a quorum with her.
You've already established a quorum.
Okay,
Right,
so
so-
then I don't need
So
it?
yeah, the
Okay.
vote is not contingent upon the quorum. You've already established it.
Okay, all right,
Majority at this point, a majority.
okay. All right, so we have one more to go, right?
Yes.
Okay, the next event is 581576. It's Civic Practice Partnership Celebration, the Block Party Celebration for Arts and Music. And that's going to be in July 31st. And the applicant is Miguel Luciano. It'll be East 104th Street between Lexington Avenue and Third Avenue. And this sponsor is Hope Community.
Hello, good evening. This is Miguel Luciano. Thanks for staying so late with me tonight. I've proposed this event here, which will be, I have an exhibition that's happening in one of the Hope Community Spaces. The gallery there, Galeria del Barrio, on the same block. And it's featuring work that was made in residence with the Metropolitan Museum of Art. So I'm an artist in the community, and the exhibition will feature artwork connecting the Met's collection with El Barrio, and the Block Party is a celebration of arts and culture that opens up those connections between art, culture, and community.
So you inviting artists to be part of this, or?
Yes, so Mr. Diaz, we are indeed. One of the only artists in the show, aside from myself, is Iram Maristani. And he has a historic connection to the Met and El Barrio, as you know. And so there will be some local artists involved in the day and in the gallery exhibition as well.
Are you familiar with an organization called Prida?
Yes.
Maybe you should reach out to Louis. Maybe he may want to be part of this.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, since I'm the only one left, I will second that.
Thank you.
Carlos,
Yes.
Judith, yes. I don't know what happened to Angela, but whatever. All right, that was the last one. Is there any old business?
None.
Any new business?
No.
Okay, so gonna call for an adjournment at 7:43. Is it 7:43? I can't see.
I'll second that motion, and good night, everyone.
You don't have to second an adjournment, I don't think.
Good night and thank you.
What, Maureen?
I didn't say anything. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
All right, good night, guys. And Marlene, really, thank you for everything. Appreciate it.
You're
Good night,
welcome.
everyone.
Good night.
Good night, thank you.
In the Garden of Eden.
Oh.
It was in the Garden.
Right.